Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome to a very special video on this channel. At the beginning of this month, we hit 10,000 subscribers, which is just insane, to say the least. I whacked up this community post asking for your questions, stalled for a whole month because I was too scared to show my face, but now I've decided it's time to answer some of the questions that you've asked me. CC310 asks, what is the biggest mistake you've made while building a level? Hitting paste state and paste color on a 30 seconds done level, I would say, because you just can't recover that if you don't have a backup, which is why I now make like 10 copies of the same level. You'll notice in all my building series, specifically the last one, that there was like 5 or 6 different versions and I'd only made 3 parts because I was so traumatized by this experience where I'd pressed paste state and the whole level just turned to mush. Ethel asks, what are my plans for the future? I would like to try my hand at streaming. Obviously 2.2 is just around the corner and I would love to stream and record a lot of that and go crazy with a lot of the new features, but for the long term I'm unsure. I'll be making content for as long as it's fun, and if my interests change I'll try and filter that into the content too, you never know. Evil F asks, who is my favourite creator and who do I look up to? My favourite creator's just gotta be Sapunj, man. He's got such a wide and diverse catalogue of levels. They're all different, but they all look amazing. His levels are always like engaging, creative. He can make both minigames, effects, and now he has this full-blown adventure level that comes out tomorrow called Castlemania. It's a big mega collab. I respect him for that too. He's got very good mega collab management skills. He always gets people maybe not done on time, because Acid Rush 3 took over 2 years and it was supposed to be a rush, but he always gets them done. He always makes sure people are putting in the best work possible. Cable asks, what is my favourite demon? At the moment, I really like Luminant by Akinawu, the level that I played in the level request video and then made like a big demon video for. My all-time favourite demon would be different though. I would say maybe Gold Temple by Sapunj, because I've got really good memories with that level. It's so diverse. You've got lots of different effects put into one and it's all with the same color scheme, and it's very progressive too. The drop is so much different from the rest. But I also gotta say Chaos Airflow by Sumzar slaps too. That is a banging 1.9 design level. I'll never forget that because it was just so iconic at the time it came out. Bar Sepik asks, do I like milk chocolate bars? Of course I do. Tacknail asks, which of my levels am I most proud of? And I would say Come Back to Earth. I did make a video, I think last Friday, explaining the deeper meaning and the different emotions that I put into the level, how it progresses and stuff. I would recommend going and checking that out. In fact, I'll put a link on the end screen to this video because I'm really proud of that video. Alex asks, what is my favourite official level? And I'm gonna say Hexagon Force. It just flows so well, and the Eric Van Wilderman cover for the song just sticks to my head to this date, especially at the end because it's just so magnificent. Red Cat asks, how did I find my style? And I'm gonna say lots of experimentation. I was inspired by Equinox and Sapunj to make a couple of low caliber levels that just look cool. They don't have a lot of effort put into them, because at the time they were so consistent. They were putting out effect levels like every week or every couple of days even. That's when I like really started building effects and got into my bag with layering and colors and stuff. Mike Turd, what a name. Mike Turd asks, how did I find out about Geometry Dash? One day on my tablet I decided to download like 50 free games just to try and find something new to play. Geometry Dash was one of the more interesting ones on the light version, so I decided to try and grind all of the main levels out. I tried to race my friend to get all of the main levels done. That was keeping my interest a lot, so when I got my £10 Google Play voucher, because you know I was never that kind of person to go and buy games, buy premium, buy full version of anything. When I got that £10 voucher, I took the opportunity and I bought Geometry Dash, and to this day it's just stuck with me. JJ Nokia 9 asks, what level has my favourite gameplay? And the first thing that comes to mind is a Taman level. They always slap in the gameplay department. Motion, Endorphin Rush, they're all like gameplay focused. And I remember at the time when Taman was popping off in mid 2.0, that sort of era, where it was acceptable to make a really simple design level and call it gameplay focused, and that would be the excuse to like pump out a low quality level. But I've also got to give Alkali credit with some of his levels. Dark Drop, and also Vital, because those have some really fire gameplay too. If I had to pick one, I would probably still pick Endorphin Rush, but don't sleep on Alkali for gameplay. Maxan asks, would I ever try to make a design level in the future? This is something I've tried and failed with so many times, especially in the previous building series. I tried dipping my toes into design and it just doesn't work with my style. I find it too difficult to link parts together while like keeping the decoration fresh and stuff. It's just too difficult. El Scrubbo asks, where did I get the whoa? I think it was something that worked with an intro I was doing. I think it was a thoughts on video, maybe Low Death or AQ by Nejfu. I think I synced that intro with the transition into a specific part I was talking about, so it was like whoa, and then the part cut in, and then it was Wulzy. And yeah, that just kind of stuck. XPX1 asks, what is my favourite level series? I love the Toxin Lab series as you mentioned in your comment, but I also really like the Alter Game series by Sapunge. Specifically the 5th one with the custom song made by Infinity. For my absolute favourite, I've got to say the Acid Rush series, because there's so much energy put into every single level. The pulses are insane, the movements are insane, and obviously there's like an effect and design mesh. It's so cool. Owen Moa asks, what is my favourite word other than whoa? Bollocks. Carbonated asks, what is my favourite cheese? Red Leicester slaps. Dingleberry asks, who is my biggest inspiration to do all of this? When I first started making YouTube videos in like 2012 on my first channel, I was making Mario Kart Wii videos. I think TWD98 was my inspiration, but when I started playing Geometry Dash, Eric Van Wilderman obviously inspired me to make the leap from like Mario Kart, Minecraft, blah blah blah, to Geometry Dash. And honestly, I don't know how I got into reviewing stuff, but I know that Sharkery motivated me to keep doing that because he told me I was good at it. Harry S asks, what is my favourite video that I've ever made? I mean, there's a few that I'm proud of. Some of the thoughts on videos, specifically Kid Smoke and Think in Space. I feel like I was kind of based with those, and the Addressing Jealousy one as well, because that was raw, it was unscripted, it just came straight from my mind. Obviously, Build Week was awesome to prepare and unfold, but I'd say that my Comeback to Earth documentary that I mentioned earlier is my best video, my favourite video. Asterix asks, how would I define my creating style in 3 words? Experimental, colourful, and thoughtful. Dead Flame asks, what was my first level? It was called Must Swirl, which you can still find on my old GD account, which has since been renamed to Dance Women, like Dansman, but women. But yeah, you can find my early stuff in a timeline video I made when I hit 1,000 subscribers, which I will link in the description down below. Because on that video, there is an old recording from early 2015, I think it was February 2015, where I recorded myself going through the level and talking about it and stuff. It's so weird. Hippen asks, what is my opinion of unnoticed creators? I think all creators deserve the same standard for a feature, although I do expect the quality from a creator with creator points already to be improved with more of the levels. Say, a creator with 40 CP should theoretically be putting out better levels than a creator with 0 CP. But I don't let the number of creator points affect my decision to send, really. XPX1 asks, what is my worst level? Blade the Sky, for sure. And ... right after it, because they were both made in under 2 hours, and they're both trash. Vortex asks, where did I get the idea to start YouTube, and was I confident at first? Well, on my old channel, I started off recording Mario Kart Wii videos with texture packs and custom tracks. My TV was over there, and I had a big stack of books, like 100 books, just to put the camera on top. Oh man, old times was so cool. I was confident as soon as the camera turned off, I would say, because recording was always awkward, especially with that massive tower in the middle of my room. LM987 asks, what tip would I give myself for starting the game? Good question. I would say make friends from the get-go, because it's a lot more fun making progress in the game when you can surround yourself with other people that are doing the same things as you. Double OK asks, what is my favourite colour? Orange. Zeta asks, what is the worst thing I've made? Since I already talked about Blatherskite and ... I want to mention Ducks by Alkali, because my part in that mega collab sucks, and the level stinks. Last one. Crippy asks, what is my hardest demon? I beat Supersonic earlier this year, and I don't know if I want to try an extreme because I don't really have the patience, but Supersonic definitely took me quite a few days after I picked it up again. Like in 2018, I used to just sit in calls and practice like the last half of it, but once I actually started going at it, it was pretty fun, but I don't have the patience for it anymore. And based on some of my other reactions, I'd probably explode if I completed a extreme. And there you have it, some kind of Q&A. I don't know if this was entertaining to watch. I don't do face cam videos, it's really awkward. Please be nice about the face. I hope you enjoyed. I could bring out a second video because there are a couple more questions that I haven't answered. Gang, check the links in the description, leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day.